We're back. Episode 3 of the 17th T podcast. I'm live with I myself am Ryan Rodriguez. You are Coach Hamada. And we're here with our guest, Scott Kleeshulte, the youngest member of the Kleegang.
Welcome, Scott. Glad to have you on the show. Glad you can make it today.
Yeah, I know you guys have been talking about doing this for a long time, so it's great to see you guys finally do it. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. And we just played a match out at the Wick again, and me and Jake got our asses handed to us. But we gave it
a good run.
Yeah, we made a little bit of a run.
Tried to make a comeback.
Yep. Scott, you were on the winning end of that battle. Describe what that was like for you.
Well, it got very interesting very quickly after I started out with a double on the first hole. Thankfully, my partner carried me there with a bogey.
Shout out Justin Lane.
Shout out the Phenom. Wouldn't be here without him, really. But there was 3 eagles out there, 2 hole outs. You had one of them.
Yeah.
13, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Really good shot. But it got very interesting. We were up big early, and then it got tight down the stretch.
Yeah, no. Speaking on my hole out, I was like, oh, wow. We had a hole out on 13. Jake just birdied 12. I was like, this shit's about to get real. And it didn't.
No.
We went from 6 down to 2 down in 2 holes. We gained 4 shots back on 2 holes.
Yeah, that was grease.
We were hacking it around. Hacker, just terrible. And then all of a sudden we just flipped the switch, found our games, got confident. Started making some birdies. You pulled out, and it was just a whole new match.
Yeah. Scott made a dirty birdie on 16.
Grease.
Yeah, had to pull out the Texas wedge.
1 in 100.
Yeah. Describe your lie there for the listeners.
Well, it was actually on top of some cigar ashes.
Yep. Shout out cigar ashes.
Yeah.
Shout out cigar ashes.
But I just put a good roll on it, bumped it through the fringe, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Texas wedge.
Texas wedge.
Yeah, I was out there, man. I'm just hitting it so fucking spinny. I don't know. I got some things going on in my head a little bit, but just trying to work that out. But it's really fun to be out there grinding. I know we've played about 6 or 7 rounds, and they've all been fun, but we just don't have it yet.
No, it's early in the season. We're all grinding. These money matches have been good. My bank count is still on the decline.
Venmo is not hot right now.
My Venmo's getting mad at me by the day. It's just dripping oil. It's terrible.
Absolutely.
But Scott, I just want to get off on this podcast and ask you, where have you been? The listeners want to know what you've been doing.
Yeah, there were some rumors spinning around that you had quit golf.
So, my understanding is that you quit golf, and how did you get to the first? You just bushwhack your way onto the golf course today?
Yeah, so basically I'd taken almost 2 months off at this point. I hadn't really played really any golf. But today I just figured I could just run out here with the push cart. Shout out push cart Mafia.
Yeah, push cart Mafia.
Chop it up for a nice 76.
It's not bad. Yeah, and there's been some speculation that you've been changing up your training regimen.
That's right. Yeah, I've been hopping on the Peloton.
Shout out Peloton.
Shout out Peloton. That's a fact. And I just started doing this thing. First week was last week. When I'm gonna do a Murph every Sunday.
Okay.
Which is a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and a mile run again.
Okay.
Just to work on that conditioning.
Any plans on filling out a small T-shirt soon?
I've just been trying to get the extra smalls. My mom, she's been ordering them from
Willett Pro Shop?
When we can get
rumor has it you swam in high school. That doesn't mean you have to swim in your shirt in college.
And for the listeners that don't know, Scott's family runs one of the most fire car washing companies out there.
Shout out Scrub-A-Dub.
Talk a little bit about Scrub-A-Dub, a friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. They've been at it for now over 25 years, and we've got a bunch of locations throughout the Hudson Valley, and we're looking to expand again and into Kingston as well. So it's exciting times.
I want you to elaborate on your dad. Shout out Big Doug. He's an absolute beast.
He's a local legend, really. Doug Sr. We hear a lot of rumors about his Bluetooth headset and
Yeah, he does rock the Bluetooth headset.
he wears it well. He handed one down to Andrew, my middle brother.
Yep.
So now he's also
It's
part of the
some
Tooth Gang.
might call it passing of the torch.
Yeah. Well.
Oh no.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, he's gonna take over the business. It's
Yeah. And I heard he just said "fuck it" and moved into your house.
I also heard this.
Yeah. So the house next door to us, my parents have been looking at for a long time, and it finally came out for sale. You know, they wanted to move into a ranch, no stairs to fall down when they're old, and you know, the opportunity came up, and they ended up buying it.
I want to bring up a savage Doug Kleeshulte story.
Oh, God.
So, after he purchased this house, I just want to bring up the point that there is still a man and his child living in this house.
There is still, yeah, there's a man
I don't know when he's planning on kicking their asses out. They still live there.
Yeah.
Wait, you got a random man and a child?
Doug owns this house. This random man lives there. So, Big Doug decides one day he's strolling down Sherry Lane.
Why don't I not know this story?
So, alright. Strolling down Sherry Lane in his big-ass work truck. He stops at the top of the hill. He's looking down on this house and his house. Mm-hmm. He just says, "Fuck it." Whips his truck through the lawn of the house next door, pulls into his driveway, parks, sits to himself, turns off his car, and says, "I own that house. I can do whatever the fuck I want to it."
Yeah, that did happen.
Him.
That was.
Wait, so a random guy lives in your house?
Yeah.
Well,
random guy. Tire tracks in the yard now.
So he's the person we bought the house from, and he lives there with his son, and his wife is a nurse who.
Usually, when you buy a house, that means the other person doesn't own it anymore.
Yeah, they're paying rent to us right now, like they're our tenants.
Okay.
Because he's waiting for his son to finish school. He's in high school.
That's cute.
So.
Yeah,
it's cute.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna be a junior now?
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well,
fellow Binghamton.
Yeah, shouts out Watson.
Shout out all them Bearcats.
Shout out DOB.
Shout out, yeah. I mean, he doesn't get enough recognition for what he does.
No, absolutely.
For our program.
That guy single-handedly lifts up the program, and man, we're just grateful for that.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I mean, going into this spring season, I was excited to ride the six-man spot.
Nice.
But
shout out all the bench riders.
Six-man. Wait, who's a six-man?
It's a gang.
No. The man, Drake's got a song about it. Lou Will. Shout out Lou Will.
Yeah. Shout out Lou Williams.
Shout out Lou Will.
Clippers finest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited for that. Unfortunately, that got cut short. So hopefully, looking forward to next couple seasons if they happen.
Yeah. And speak a little bit about your playing time.
Yeah. For this season?
No, just
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, hopefully it'll increase next season, losing some integral players like you and T Money and.
Shout out T Money.
Shout out T Money. Yeah.
He's a fan of the pod.
Cedar Lake's finest.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But going forward, I mean, the team it'll be interesting losing a couple members that kind of glue us together. But I heard we get some more freshmen coming in, like Ryan Lovelace.
Shout out Ryan Lovelace.
And who we got a transfer. We're getting a transfer too.
Apparently, he won the U.S. Junior Am.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Still hasn't been fact checked.
No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it has. It's a blatant lie.
Yes.
No.
Not true.
No
truth.
That's not true.
So you're a fellow grinder. What's your favorite part about grinding day to day at the Links of Hiawatha?
Well, I mean, look, the practice facility at the Links, it's actually unmatched. We have a 3-hole course there that we get to play, and I mean we get to go to the back of the range, private area.
When the skunk isn't playing.
Well, yeah. I mean we have to look out for that. Bernie tries to keep him in check sometimes, but
shout out Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie. I mean, he keeps that course in tip-top shape all the time. Whenever it floods, I mean it floods every other week there.
Yeah.
On the Susk. Shout out to Susk.
Yeah. So our not to cut you off, but I was just thinking because we were talking about Rosie.
Yeah.
For all of our listeners, don't span too wide of an area outside of New York, but maybe they haven't played Binghamton. I'm sorry, the Links. Maybe they have. Just tell us what it's like to be on hole 17 with any sort of like lead or pressure?
Well, I mean, I don't know much about any leads, but under pressure, it's when you're trying to make that.
Shout out Logic.
You're trying to break 80.
Yeah,
under pressure.
When you're trying to break 80, possibly sneak on that individual spot in the lineup, and you're staring at a 200-yard par 3 with water on the left side, it's tough to look at.
They tuck that pin.
Yeah.
Untuck it.
You have to hit.
I just want to rewind a little bit. You guys talked about a 3-hole practice area.
Yeah.
There's a legend of a bunker on that practice area from about, in 60, 70 yards, right in that area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rumor on the street is you hit releasing shots from that bunker.
See, now.
I have video of you that I don't really want to expose, hitting a releasing wedge shot from that bunker. You want to comment on that?
Coach Owen is not a fan of the releasing.
There's been a couple times where, a chunk and run has come into the bag. But
you're not proud of it.
I know it's something I'm not proud of. I've tried to work on it. This month or two off, I've been trying to reflect upon my mistakes. That was definitely one that was glaring to me, was that releasing bunker shot.
Yeah.
But I've hit some nippers out of there. I know. Shouts out Gavin Simon. He was trying to teach us how to hit those low hook nip shots out of the bunker. Mm-hmm. I think that was that day.
Yeah, and would probably be good friends.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your cooking. I know you're into cooking.
Yeah.
What have you been whipping up? Shout out Cast Iron.
Yo, Cast Iron. I mean, look, I've had my lodge for about a year now, and I love that.
How are
thing.
you keeping it seasoned? Tight or?
I kind of slip a little bit. Sometimes I do be using the soap on it when I'm cleaning it.
That's suspect.
It's suspect, I know, but
rookie mistake.
But I've been trying to work on my pan sauce game. I've gotten some apricot jelly. Well, sometimes if I'm making like a mac and cheese, I'll use the roux. But I've been using.
Wait, what's the other word for pan sauce? It's a French word.
I barely pass French.
The name escapes me.
Italian hitters just call it gravy.
Yeah, so I've been working on these sauces, and
I'm thinking of just like when you're making a pan sauce and you try to thicken it a little bit, so you just make it. So I'm starting to think about that one time.
Oh no! We don't have to bring this up.
That one time we made beef stew.
I mean, we is lightly. It was you and Justin.
I'm just gonna cut. I know this story. I'm just gonna cut to the end of it. They ended up ordering pizza.
Yeah.
No, so they were like, I called up Scott. I was like, yo, I'm looking at a beef stew, but it's looking kind of watery. And I ain't about that. So he was like, you got any, like cornstarch?
Yeah,
cornstarch
got
any
flour.
Cornstarch? I was like, yeah, I got cornstarch. So I pop open the cabinet, and I see the cornstarch. The bag's about this big. And for some reason, I just lost all bodily functions, and I grabbed the whole bag and went. So next thing I know, within 5 minutes, the whole entire beef stew is now the consistency of a hard sheetrock table.
Yeah, about.
I mean, you could take the spoon and go, and it just sounded exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually ate some of it, which probably wasn't advised, but
no. Yeah, it was horrible.
Probably took a few years off your life.
Absolutely, which, I mean, at this point, whatever.
So I just want to get back to a little golf talk here.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to bring up a term and see what it means to you.
Okay.
I once heard a wise man say, take it to the back of the range.
Oh, yeah.
Get in a quick sesh.
I mean,
elaborate on the term a quick sesh.
So a quick sesh can really mean anything from hitting 7 balls to 7 large buckets. Shout out Jumbos.
Shout out Jumbo Bucket.
Yeah.
Shout out Jumbo Bucket.
Shout out to
Japan.
Few O's.
Japan, those Koreans over there are friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
Yep.
I don't know if they can understand what we're saying, but
hey,
they love it.
None of that, okay? None of that.
As I was touching on earlier, we have a really nice back of the range area, privately cut for us. And, it's hidden into the wind, so you can see the glaring issues in your ball flight. Riz sees a lot of spinny shots.
Yeah. I've spent many hours back there.
Yeah,
a lot of spinny drivers.
Yeah. So a sesh, it's just any time you can really grind. It can mean anything from
It's
5 minutes.
Very vague term. Usually when you're going to the back of a range for a sesh, that means that you probably just shot 84.
Right.
And you're trying to get your life together. And everybody knows that it's probably not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you calm everyone's nerves by saying, like, hey, man, I'm just going to get a session.
Yeah, quick sesh.
Yeah. And, I mean, right now, I don't know what the links is like because I haven't been there in a while. But usually the driving range grass is about 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what Mike Davis was looking for at Bethpage when they had the U.S. Open there for the rough. But it's kind of hard to really gauge where your game is at out there. But no, just overall, that's
I mean, like
session.
it's good practice though, because I mean, ultimately, I am hitting it in the rough more often than the fairway.
No,
I think you can all agree on that.
No, I could definitely.
So you know, it's been well. It's been good to me.
So I see the putter definitely is getting better. It's getting hot, and I noticed that when you hit a putt, you like to give a big exhale. At first, I was like, you know, what is he doing? Is this some sort of meditation device? But after a while, I realized that it's just a tick you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have that. And just speak a little bit about that. Does that release any pressure that's been weighing you down?
No, honestly, it probably makes it worse. Really, I really don't know. I didn't even know I did it until I went to school and I started getting
Roasted.
just
Roasted.
just
Annihilated.
absolutely
Some would say slayed. Would
Yeah.
be the word.
jugular
I
shots.
just a quick explanation of what they're talking about. When he goes over a putt and you go to stroke it, it's more of a
Yeah, it sounds like I'm a female tennis. Yeah, between those two.
You can't do that.
The family friendly podcast.
That's getting beeped out. Can't do that. We can't have that.
Yeah, you know, it's apparently something I've always done.
Yeah.
But
And you always seem to leave it low.
low and short.
Yeah, low and short.
Yeah.
That's your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from there, you could easily tap in your 3-jack and move on.
I mean, you always got to protect against the 4. Once you get to a 4-jack, it's demoralizing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You can't have
Is
it.
it fair to say that you have the case of the on-course jits?
Today I did. You know, I got up there. It was the first time I played golf. Went right into the fire and some $20 match.
Yeah.
After my snap hook off the first tee, I was accepting. So I was going
we
to
threw
pay
you
you
in the
guys.
heat. We threw you in the
We
heat.
threw you in the heat, but we
$20,
also
but-
threw you a bone when I made the turn at 8 over par.
That,
That was-
that did happen, yeah.
yeah.
But
It did happen. Shout out Wiltwick. You know, it's just brutal out there. So, I mean, look, we have you on this podcast, and honestly, you've been our best guest so far because, like Justin, you're not lying, and you're a lot more well-spoken than he was because between me and you, it was an absolute shit show. But
you know, I did tune in for that. There was some issues. I saw there.
But I'm guessing you must have some sort of experience with podcasting or making YouTube vids. You want to shine some light?
Yeah.
on
A couple
that?
of my buddies and I, we all appreciate music. I know you appreciate music. but
I
you-
appreciate music.
big
Shout out
fan.
music.
Yeah. Shout out Riz. I know he makes his own lo-fi beats. You can go check him out.
I have dabbled in that.
Shout out JPEG Mafia.
Oh yeah, shout out
Shout
Peggy.
out
He's a big listener, actually. I've heard.
I think we might have to fact check.
Yeah, we
that.
might have to fight check
Yeah,
that one, but
we
you know,
might
I
have to
mean,
fact check
we all don't like Morrissey, so we're on the same boat. But you know, a couple of my friends and I, we every week on Fridays get an album, review it, just post it up on the tube.
Yeah. No, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
I also want to ask you about, you have a, I don't know what to call it. Is it a Finsta, a meme page?
Yeah, I mean, page.
Oh, yeah.
Meme page?
Wait, tell listeners about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can
What's the
follow
username?
me. It's Baby K, aka Baby K, aka Infant K, aka. You know, we'll just link it.
Grease.
We can
I
probably
don't know.
link it somehow.
Maybe we won't.
It's up above.
Yeah.
It's up above.
It's somewhere out here.
Yeah, but you know, I've been posting stuff on my Snapchat story, and people are getting a kick out of it. So I figured I could put it on Instagram, get some followers, and
What kind of person do you have to be to get added on your private story? On Snap.
you know, it's tough. You know, you just got to be okay to see some just crazy memes that don't make
Straight
any sense.
Goons?
Yeah, straight goons. I'd say it's a pretty goon squad.
Would you be talking about a goon?
It's a fair definition.
So what's your dream course to play?
Dream course to play. Actually, it's probably Binghamton Country Club.
Shout out BCC.
Shout out DJ Griffiths.
Yeah, shout out
and his
DJ.
bridge building company.
Yeah, I was hoping to get on it this spring, but Justin Lane, the Phenom, and Matt Cadden actually went to play with DJ one time, and I had to go bring balls to Nacho and Tom.
Oh,
Shout out being the sixth man, by the way. Again,
Will.
Yeah,
Will. He comes back into the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Binghamton Country Club, that's your dream course?
Definitely. Nice Tillinghast design.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's so many that's on my mind, but I just really want to play Apple Green.
Apple Greens?
Yeah.
Oh, you never gone out there?
Highland, New York?
No, I've been
Shout
out.
Highland, New York.
Yeah, I've been out there, but I was too young to really know what the hell was going on.
Okay.
And, I spent most of my time just picking apples, but, the 27-hole layout, it's pretty wide open. You can really spray the driver, which I seem to be partaking in those type of activities. So I want to just get out there, but,
Yeah.
Shout out our last guest, Justin Lane. He won one of his 12 Hertigan titles at Apple Greens.
Yeah.
Fired a hot final round 75.
Shout out Mike Strebel.
Shout out Mike.
Oh, man.
Shout out Sal and Renato.
Yeah.
All my reporters out there.
Yeah, seriously.
So what's your dream course?
Dream course?
Really?
You gotta think. I don't know. I've played some good ones. I've played some great golf courses down in the Westchester, Long Island area.
Yeah, that's dope.
Shout out Doug Kleeshulte Jr. Me and him, dream course, Diker Beach.
Yeah.
Shout out all my
Goes
guys
hard.
down in Brooklyn.
In the
Brooklyn
dike?
area?
Yeah.
It's right down in the Brooklyn area at the dike.
Yep.
Some call it the beach, some call it the dike.
Yeah.
Pure 9-hole layout. The rakes have crack. There's crack rocks throughout the course.
Yeah, it's
That
actually
made no sense, but what I'm trying to say is it's a drug haven.
Okay.
It's a drug haven.
Okay, so it's kind of like Woodstock Country Club up the road.
Yes, yeah. And actually, Diker Beach, fun fact, is the most played course in the country.
Yep.
And how do you make up a stat like that?
The most rounds. Most rounds throughout the year.
Wow, that's pretty
I'm
impressive.
getting on Google. That needs to be fact checked.
That's per Doug Kleeshulte Jr.
And apparently, Doug Kleeshulte Jr., shout out Doug Kleeshulte Jr., just bought a house.
Yeah, right next to your man, Rob Labritz.
Yeah, shout out Rob
Yeah.
Labritz.
Yeah,
Shout out
Bedford
Glen
Hills.
Arbor. So is he eyeing down a potential $500,000 per year membership at Glen Arbor, or
Right now, no.
Yeah, no.
No, he just
got married?
just got married. Yeah.
Shout out
Franny.
Shout out Franny.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're actually getting a dog, a puppy.
Okay.
It's coming at the end of the month.
Nice.
Havanese. I don't know what that means.
Nope.
Any ideas on the names?
No,
Are you involved in the process?
I am not. I got a couple glimpses at what the list is for names, but
What's your thoughts on possibly being an uncle in the near future?
I mean, I'd love to, be the young uncle, the fun uncle, that'd be me.
Another
Would
member
you
of the
actually be
Kleegang.
fun? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Shout out the Kleegang.
I don't know about fun. You're right, but I would be the uncle.
Absolutely. No, so the house is good. He's moving.
Yeah. House is good. Kitchen's really sick. They have an Italian stove.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither, but it was a sick gas stove. Really nice oven.
Yeah. That's one thing we lacked at U Club.
Yeah.
Gas stove.
Yeah.
Many a times we couldn't get that sear game hot. Just
Nope.
Because,
No, it's abysmal.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
So to stop the podcast for a second. Shout out the guy that just walked by smoking a fat blunt.
Yeah.
Shout out Blunts.
Yeah.
Well,
Friends of the pod, I'm pretty sure.
in some states.
Some not here.
No.
No, definitely not here.
Shout out Yeti too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're pretty young in the podcast game. We're looking for sponsors. We just want people to know what we're about, and that's really just getting in a circle here at the 17th hole and just shooting the shit and saying absolute random things that come to our mind. But it's good to be out here.
I just want to turn back the clocks a little bit
Okay.
Before we end this podcast. Me and you played a good amount of high school golf together, good
Yeah.
amount of junior golf together. Any specific memories you want to bring up? Anything you can remember of playing golf with Hamida growing up?
Man, there's so much. I mean, Jake and I go way back, probably to elementary school on the MHJT. Shout out Joanne Forrest.
Yep. Since we were little jits.
Yeah, and then and then we came to high school golf and
Shout out Coach Fam.
Shout out Paul Family.
shout out Paul Family. I
ASAP.
mean, look, there's so much you could say about a man like Paul, and he really led us down the right path. I know he inspired me to
Sorry,
play
what did
college.
you say there?
He led me down the right path. Yeah, I mean, he inspired me personally to play college golf. I don't know about you. That was my driving inspiration was Paul.
Okay. Now, playing college golf, that's strong.
You're right.
Yeah, that's
being a member of the team.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know
we
six
get some
man.
Skin. We get some skin.
Shout
out Lou Will.
Yeah. So, you know, there was one time when Jake and I, we were out here. I think it might not have been high school golf per se, but it was out here. We're in the middle of the summer, and we actually right on 17th tee.
Oh God.
And you know, there happened to be a groundhog. There's a lot of groundhogs around this course, and Jake and I said, you know what? Let's trap it. Yeah, let's keep it as a pet. You know.
It's reasonable.
So, yeah, I mean, probably 15-year-olds at the time.
Young guns.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to run behind the back. It's going to come kind of run at you and just, like, pin it with your driver. And I thought it through. It made sense at the time, in the moment.
Yeah.
And then it goes according to plan, right up until Jake has to pin this groundhog. Unfortunately, he might have taken it a bit too far and kind of snapped the groundhog's back. But, you know.
I might have hit this groundhog as hard as I could.
What?
Yeah,
but, you know, I mean, he lived to fight another day. He actually still lives behind the cart barn. We've seen him slithering around.
But he rolls around in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, he
Stephen
pulls
Hawking
himself.
method.
Shout out Stephen Hawking. I know
Shout out my boy Zorbital from Sausage Party.
Sausage Party. Shout out Zorbital. Yeah, me and Jake were talking about how Sausage Party is one of the most underrated animated comedies.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out Seth Rogen.
That brings me back to my St. Peter's days when me and Stanley Garanto, shout out Kobe Bryant as well.
R.I.P. Kobe.
But yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, we used to watch Dragon Ball Z and a bunch of just fucking weird ass movies. But no, those were good times. Before we go, you got any concluding statements?
Oh, wow. You know, I really don't know. It's great to be here. Great to win $20 today overall.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me and Jake call ourselves Chase Bank at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
direct deposit.
You guys are giving out
I'm open on
small
Sundays.
Business loans right now at this point. You might as well be the government.
Listen,
it's a stimulus package.
we're just trying to stimulate the economy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
But yeah, I mean, love to come back anytime you guys like me to come back. And
you're welcome anytime, man.
Awesome, thanks.
Jake, you got anything to conclude on?
Yeah, Papa Bearcat, thanks for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You know, shout out Annie K. Hopefully you see Annie
Shout
soon.
out Annie K. Shout out the sawed-off shotgun she's got hiding in the house.
She keeps the heater on her, so
don't pull around Sherry because you will get collapsed.
She is not lacking.
True. I mean, she might be eyeing down that random guy that lives in the basement of your house.
AKA your brother.
That's true. That's true. Oh no. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. This was fun. I think we're gonna shoot one more episode today because why not? But thanks for being out here, guys. I really enjoy it, and until next time.
Thanks for coming out, Scott.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Peace.
Peace.